I first came in contact with Molly Brodak through her self-titled poem, Molly Brodak by Molly Brodak. It goes, I am a good man. The amount of fear I am okay with is insane. I love many people who don't love me. I don't actually know if that is true. This is love. It is a massive ice melting. I can't hold it and I have nowhere to put it down. What struck me then about this poem were the first two sentences. I am a good man. The amount of fear I am okay with is insane. Fear has been one of the most prominent and stable feelings I've had since I can form memories. The amount of fear I feel is insane, and the fact that I just take it can only be the sign of a good man. I take it without much fuss, not so much as a sound, really. I am such a good man. That was, of course, one of the things that made me immediately latch onto this poem. In two small sentences, she had encapsulated my life. She just got it. The other day, out of nowhere, those beginning sentences jumped out at me. I thought to look up the poem again in the midst of my life's first brush up with romance. The rest of the poem felt so clear. I love many people who don't love me. It always feels like that, doesn't it? Like you have all this love you put on other people, so many of them, and you never see yourself as a recipient of any of it. After this, though, she casts doubt on what she just said. I don't actually know if that is true. When I first read this poem, I thought she was placing the doubt on the latter part of the sentence, meaning she was not sure people actually didn't love her. Maybe they did, but there was something in the way of seeing that, or something in her rendering her incapable of seeing it, something in the other person making it impossible to tell. Either way, maybe she was loved after all. That is what you want to believe anyways, isn't it? That deep down someone does love you. It's just that you can't feel it, you can't tell. But it's there, right? You really wish, really want for something to be there. The problem wouldn't be a lack of love, but a lack of awareness of it. And that's better. That was what I interpreted the first time I read it. In this revisitation, with a different context in my life, it took on a whole new meaning. That maybe the doubt shouldn't be placed on the latter part of the sentence, but the first. I love many people. Do I? And if I do I do it in a way that can be understood? It's like that Richard Sykin poem, Wishbone. If you love me, Henry, you don't love me in a way I understand. But do I love them at all? Am I even capable of such profound feelings? I always feel like I felt things as deep as they can go, but the more I dig, the more I find, and my past emotions feel watered down. Do I love them? Do I? The doubt is no longer if they love me back, but rather if I love them in the first place. And this leads us to the final part of the poem. This is love. It is a massive ice melting. I can't hold it, and I have nowhere to put it down. It disappears in your hands, slips through your fingers no matter how hard you try to hold on. In fact, if you hold on too hard, you make it worse. You warm it up. It melts faster. And it hurts to hold, and it burns your hands, but where would you put it down? And why would you want to? It will melt anyways. It might as well disappear in your hands than somewhere else where you wouldn't even see it or feel it. At least you can see it go. Be there in the ugly last moments. Your love might never be enough, and it might do more harm than good, but at least it was there, right? You tried. Your drenched clothes, your burned hands, those are all evidences of it, right? You did it, right? It was doomed from the beginning, but at least it was there for a bit. It's this helplessness where you try so hard and you know it will result in nothing, but you do it anyways. You are a good man after all. Even if the amount of fear is insane, you still do it. You try despite everything. You're not sure you're doing anything good or correctly, or if it will ever even be reciprocated, but you try. She tried, despite everything. I thought the fear mentioned in the beginning was just referring to the overall fear I experience every day about everything. Life is just fear-inducing. But following the rest of the poem, I understand this fear is a bit more focused. That fear of love. And you really are trying to be a good man about it. Be strong. But God, it is very hard. There's this boygenius song called Not Strong Enough that I think also fits into this theme very well. At least the beginning does. But the fact that they also use the word man in the song is so fitting. You know, I can let this pass. Might be a stretch though. But all that trying, all that being a good man, staying strong and trying anyways that we were talking about. Well, in this song, you are not strong enough, as the title would suggest. You go down with it. The fear wins. Black hole in the kitchen. Every clock's a different time. It would only take the energy to fix it. I don't know why I am the way I am. Not strong enough to be your man. I tried, I can't stop staring at the ceiling fan and spinning out about things that haven't happened. Breathing in and out. Especially that part about things that haven't happened. I certainly am guilty of suffering from anticipation, ending things before they even begin, not letting them get a proper shot, because I'm afraid of all the endings I already viewed in my head. The loss of control in a situation needed to form a deep bond with someone is terrifying. An insane amount of fear. So what you do is you try to gain back control. You end it on your own terms, because that way you always know the ending. You never get hurt if you always know the ending. But you also never get what you want, do you? And that's no way to live a life, is it? You just need to quit that very, very fast. Loss of control is an inherent part of life that I need to learn how to deal with, and I need to be a good man about it.